Hello, welcome. I'm Lydia Agbobidi, and today I'm going to talk to you about Facebook groups and how it can help with your marketing and your branding. I'm a business and mindset coach, and this is my Facebook group, and that has helped my business tremendously, which is why I wanted to bring that to you and show you how you can create your own group and how you can attract members and how you can explode your business and help as many people as you can. Now, what are Facebook groups? Facebook groups are very different than pages. Pages for a long time were the business. They were what you needed to have on Facebook to promote your brand and your business. But recently, in recent years, Facebook has decided that they would limit the reach of pages unless you pay for it with advertisement. So if you advertise on your page, then you reach people, but if you do not advertise, then your reach is very limited. So that's when groups come in, because groups, you do not need to advertise. You can create your own community and your members will love what you give them and will always want to support you. Right now, I will not get into the difference between a Facebook page, business page, and a group, because I have another video that you can access. And if you look at my YouTube or on my Facebook, and you can look at that video. But this video today is about groups. And what are groups? Groups are simply a Facebook community. They're Facebook communities that are centered around a theme, an idea, a passion, a cause, anything that you like and that you want to share with other people. You can create this community and form a group. So now to create a group, you first have to go onto this icon and click on it. And you get to all your groups. Then you click on create new groups. We're gonna create a group just to show you. And here we're gonna call it Medias Group. That's simple. And also easy if I want to delete it later. So this is where you put your group name. In the group name, it's ideal to put keywords. So whatever your niche, put the right keywords so that people can find your group when they search on Facebook. Then you go into below and into choose privacy. You can either make it public or private. Private is if you have a group which can deal with sensitive material, or if you don't want people to have access to what you're saying without being part of the group, without becoming a member. And it's great because it creates privacy and people feel more at ease to share because they know that in order to see it, you have to be a member. Public, on the other hand, as it says, is public, and anyone clicking on your group name will land on your page and will be able to see all the posts in the group. They may not be able to participate in discussions, but they'll be able to see everything in the group. So what's the difference? Public, I would recommend you to set it to public if you want to sell, because you want eyeballs on your page if you're selling something. And also if you want brand collaborations. So if you want to advertise for brands, you can only do it with a public group. If your group is private, you cannot advertise. You cannot have brand collabs. So these are the two differences. With this one, I will set it up to public because you never know, maybe. You can invite friends or not. It's up to you. I will not invite anyone. And then you click on create. Once your group is created, just go to the left-hand corner, scroll down and go all the way down to settings. Once you're in settings, then that's where everything for your group is, and you can change whatever you want. You can change the name if you decide that you want a new name, and you can add, and you should add, a description. Make sure that all your keywords are in the description, because again, when people search on Facebook, then they'll be able to find your group. If there's no keywords, they will not be able to find your group. Then you can edit the privacy like you did before. If you think you've made a mistake, then you can change it. You can hide your group or keep it visible. Visible means that anybody looking for your keywords can find your group in a Facebook search. If you put hidden, nobody can find your group. Only people who are members will find your group. So if you're using your group for marketing or for selling, that is not a wise thing to do. It's better to put it on visible so that people can find you. So you do that. You can also put a location. It can be anywhere in the world. You don't have to. You can do it if your group is specific to an area. Then you can change the web address and put it as Lydia's group. I already have one. Lydia's group. One. And you save. And that's it. And you see here the URL goes to facebook.com groups Lydia's group 1. That's what you want. You can add a color, whichever color you like. This is a nice blue. Let's put it. Then you can have badges. Badges in groups are very important. So as an admin, you will always have the admin badge unless you take it out. For me, I don't like it, so I don't have it in my group. If you have moderators, they also have the badge. So every time they post something, this will appear under their names or below, next to their names or under their names. Same as admin. New members, when you're a new member, if you post something, it will say under your name, new member. You have this badge for the first, maybe the second, but the first post. After that, and it shows for 2 weeks. So if you're a new member, you will have that for 2 weeks on all your posts. Then you have Rising Star. A Rising Star is someone who participates a lot, who posts a lot and post interesting things so that people interact with what they've posted. Facebook recognizes the effort and the input you give in groups. This badge, Rising Star, is only for the first month. After a month, you upgrade to Visual Storyteller if you're still very active in the group and very engaged. And Visual Storyteller is when you post a lot of videos or a lot of photos. Or you upgrade to Conversation Starter. And the Conversation Starter is someone who posts a lot of interesting posts. So it's not so much videos, but it's more conversations, posts, articles, and people comment and engage with this post. And that shows the Visual Storyteller and the Conversation Starter are an upgrade from Rising Star, and it only lasts a month. So you have to keep being engaged every month if you want to keep the badge. If you're not engaged, you will lose the badge after a month. Lastly, the founding members is a badge for life. This is a badge when someone creates a new group, if you're one of the first members and you contribute and you post something or you invite other people, you get this badge. And this badge is for life. So every time you will post something, you'll have this founding members under your name. So people in the group will know that you were there from the beginning and that you've helped the group grow. This is a great badge to have. So that's everything about badges. Then group affiliation, if you're affiliated with any other group, but you don't really need that at the beginning. Then this is quite important, the extra feature, the group types. So you have general type, which is a general group with standard set of group features. It's normal. Then you have a buy and sell. And this buy and sell, as I said before, you really do need to have your group open and visible. So public and visible. Otherwise, you won't be very successful with your group. You can, in your buy and sell, you buy and you sell. So you can sell anything and people post what they want to sell as well. It's a great way to sell and to make money if you have things to sell. You have gaming, so for people who like to game and to compete and to play with each other. Social learning is one of my favorite ones because you can then have units where people can learn things that you want them to learn, and you can post a lot, as many units as you want, and a lot of resources and everything. Then you have jobs. It's about jobs, salary, location. It's listing, and you can list jobs or anything around jobs and finding jobs. Work is the same. You can contact members and add them. And parenting. Parenting is a great type of group as well. If you want to mentor people and if you want to give them tips and help people and have your members helping each other. And the great thing about the parenting one is that you can post anonymously. So you post without anyone knowing that it's you. That's the only type of group where you can post anonymously. So if you have sensitive subjects, that's the kind of group that you want so that people can express themselves without exposing themselves. Now you also have to be careful, of course, but that's a great group to have. Then manage membership. Who can join the group? Profiles and pages or only profiles? For me, I prefer only profiles because when you let pages get into your group, they can then target your members to advertise to them. But that I will explain in another video. But so for me personally, it works better for only profiles. If you're in business, for example, it may work for you to have both. But in general rule, I think it's better to have profiles only. Who can approve member requests? Anyone in the group or only admin and moderators? I would go for only admin and moderators because you don't want people who are friends to get members in. You are responsible for your group, and whoever is in there and whatever they post is your responsibility. So you want to make sure that you have the right people in your group, because also if you don't have the right people in your group, it defeats the purpose. If it's for marketing and if it's to sell what you have to sell, you want people who are interested in what you have to sell and what you have to say. So my advice is only admins and moderators. Okay. Who is pre-approved to join? That's another one. And this is, for me, again, it's when you have people in similar groups, in other groups that you are part of, that you like, and you want these people from this group because you know they're from your niche and you know that they like what you like. So if they ask to become members in your group, you automatically accept without having them to be pre-approved. You can choose the groups. So you click on it and it will show all your groups and you can decide which group you want the members from, or you can upload a file of email addresses and any one of these addresses who wants to become a member will be accepted straight away without having to answer questions or anything. For me, I'm not sure it's a good idea, but it can work for some people. Now, manage discussion. Who can post? Anyone in the group, only admin. It depends on your group, but personally, I think that anyone in the group is the way to go, because in my group, it's a community, it's like a family, and I want people to be able to express themselves and to share with me and others. And if I'm the only one who can post, I'm not really sure that works. I mean, it wouldn't work for me. I already know what I know. I don't need to share that with myself. So I like people to interact and I like people to ask questions and I like people to be part of the group. So that's why I set it to anyone in the group. Approve all members' posts. That is a very important one, especially if you already have pre-approved people joining and you haven't really made a selection on who's in your group. Because, as I said before, you are responsible of what's happening in your group. Any post that is against Facebook rules or terms and agreements can lead to Facebook closing your groups without even asking you or telling you anything. You are responsible for what's in your group. This is why I will recommend that you set it on so that every time someone posts something, first, it has to be approved by an admin or moderator. And that's it. And then lastly, linked pages. So linked pages is a great way to advertise your business. But in my opinion and my experience, I wouldn't link a page until you have at least few thousand members or at least few hundreds, because as I said before, pages now are only pay to play. So if you want your reach to grow with a Facebook page, you need to pay, you need to advertise. And that is what happens when you link your page to your group. Your reach is lessened, you have less reach. Your reach is stopped because of your page. So it's a great idea once you have few hundreds or few thousands, because you can work in your group and with your page, and that's great. But before you reach that level, it will take you longer to get members if your page is linked. You can also link recommended groups. So that's all the groups that you have, and you can link them, and you can link apps. So this is it for this video on how to create a Facebook group, and I'll see you in the next one.